Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. I am your host, Colors Fade, and it's episode 57. We're going to go to Thassera. The Adeptus Arbites has a mission for us there. So there we go, and Solomorn is mandatory, so the rest of you, buckle up. We got to make it work with him. This is a great image that's totally relevant to what's going on there. This is really fun. They did a really good job with the quest-related stuff to Lex Imperialis, which is why I like it as a DLC. I just don't like Solomorn. I don't like his class makeup, and I don't really like him as a companion either. But this is cool. These people are excited. There's some neat lore stuff going on here that you're going to get to see in a few minutes, so this will be fun. Here we come with our doggy Glato. A richly dressed man riding a sinewy horse breaks off from the procession. When he approaches, you immediately notice a strange detail. The man's face is pinned to his head with precious fastenings that stretch the skin across his skull. Celestial guests, there is no higher honor for us than to extend our hospitality to such noble eminences. His Celestial Highness, the Rogue Trader, and an illustrious judicator of the Imperium. All of Thassera clamors, trembles, and cheers. Roldo, the fair-faced governor of Thassera, at your service. I thank you for your courteous welcome, Governor. However, we have come here to address a grave concern. But of course, your Celestial Highness. It would be my pleasure to discuss whatever topic you have in mind. That said, you have had such a long and perilous journey behind you. Like any self-respecting host, I must first propose... A smaller figure steps out of the rider's shadow, dressed in a motley attire of a court fool and wearing a sneering mask. My name is Bluff. I am Lord Roldo's good mood. I tickle his governorship with well-spouted jests and itty-bitty gossip. And now I merrily doff my cap to our celestial lords and ladies and hand them this here key to Thassera as a token of our boundless loyalty. The fool bows and offers you his gift. Thank you, Bluff. The fool parts with his offering and then jumps away with an irritating giggle. Being the paragon of grace that he is, would my celestial lord perhaps also deign to feast his ears on the latest Thasserian gossip to go with my gift? The governor's heavy gold-stitched jacket adds a certain presence to his figure, but it cannot hide how poor of a rider he is. The way his boots dig into the horse's sides, his hands fiddling with the reins, his trembling fingers, all speak of nervousness and a lack of control. What happened to your face, Roldo? Roldo touches his stretched-out countenance. Ah! This is a fine tradition that I find myself brought to this world. You see, there is a way to tame the merciless passage of time. All you need is to find a young and healthy face, appropriate it, and then attach it over your own fading skin. The local nobility eagerly took to this art of extending one's life and youth, and I, once a celestial lord myself, now promote this custom by personal example, so I may showcase its wonderful properties. You put on other people's skin out of a desire to look younger? You will declare this vile practice banned today. Oh! Roldo looks confused for a few moments. Yes, of course, this very day. Celestial Highness, kind of an address is that? That is what we call the highborn who come down to us in their wondrous vessels. Of course, I am not native of Thassera, and thus was once a celestial lord myself. I have grown used to the local customs, however, and so I address you like any Thasserian would. Enough, Solomon says. According to the data protocol Calixus Sigma UX 11-4, this Mu-class planet, type feudal, Astima rating E874 with an assigned tithe grite of Salutio Extremis, has not provided its due tithe amount in full, who have violated the Lex and are hereby under investigation. You are to present all related customs reports and shipping manifests immediately. The proctor's voice carries no emotion, and Glato silently bares his teeth, completing the image of the implacable hand of justice that has arrived on Thassera. I am most flattered by your attention, esteemed judicator, and by this opportunity to serve the Imperium with even greater dedication than before. Speaking of dedication, we are already conducting a thorough inspection to see which scribe it was that bungled the tithe calculation. Fear not, the scoundrel shall soon be. Excuses are the hallmark of the guilty. Do not make your situation worse, Governor. Roldo clasps his hands together and says meekly, Of course, Master Judicator. I will provide you with all the documents as soon as our internal review is complete. I assure you it won't take long, and the report itself will be exhaustive. You heard the proctor. Take us somewhere where we can have a serious conversation. Well, in that case, please proceed to the castle. All of Thassera has been awaiting your arrival, busily preparing the finest dishes and entertainments in your honor. So I fear it may be challenging for you to avoid attention. Let us have a court lady accompany you. A thin woman emerges into the torchlight, looking at you with a mixture of fear and awe. Her diminutive figure is practically drowning in her velvet and silk dress, and a resplendent necklace of blue stone adorns her neck. Maeve, my celestial lord, at your service. Solomon leans closer and says in a lowered voice, Based on my experience, I would say we have been assigned a spy under a pretense of generosity. But this is a good thing. We will use this young woman as our source of information about the world. For now, it'd be wise to play along and question her thoroughly once we are away from prying ears. I see. Your face is your own. Why is that? Such living masks are the privilege of the high nobility. I may not be a commoner, but to be entitled to a change of face, that is something I have yet to earn. Maeve casts a fascinated eye over the nobles whose faces, inasmuch as they are theirs, are stretched tight over metal fixtures. Many have their mouths frozen in an unnatural smile, and it's hard to tell whether this is a consequence of the tightness or simply an eager show of delight. Look at this one. She has barely risen above the bottom, and already she shoots for the privileges of the top. Greedy hands are wont to get chopped off. Well, very well. Let's see. Very well, I would like to see what this place has to offer. I can tell by what I'm hearing that our executioner has already lit up the Phesmophorus. What is that? Phesmophorus? What is a Phesmophorus? Good lord. Phesmophorus, ready to give the condemned a warm welcome, which means the governor's official whisper collector, that's me, has a whole lot of important business to get to. And so I must leave you now, good sirs and ladies, lest I miss out on a hot batch of juicy tales. Terribly pleased to meet you all, honored judicator. Bluff grasps Solomon's hand and gives it a vigorous shake. I wouldn't do that, you might lose that hand. Doggy no like you. Before you can even blink, the Saber Mastiff beside him sinks his teeth into Bluff's forearm, jerking it back and forth in fury. The attack lasts for only a moment, but when Glato lets go, the fool's limb is already torn to shreds. With a cry of pain, Bluff leaps away and melds into the roiling crowd. Solomon ruffles Glato's neck and turns to you. Feudal worlds are rarely known for their bureaucratic precision. Reconnaissance on the ground will tell us more than any report hastily scribbled down by these blockheads. I suggest we attend this trial and see how the laws of this planet are enforced. Alright, let's go. We must not miss the biggest local spectacle. If it will help the investigation, we should not dally. I am pleased to see that you prefer to continue our mission over all the idle pastimes of this world. Solomon looks at the crowd, staring at you in wonder and trepidation. So, Celestial Lord, your coming is a historic event for these people. They will be watching your every step, and your actions may well transform their lives on this underdeveloped world. Maybe. Well, that's an entertaining time. Maeve. Queen Maeve. Saving the game is impossible. What I didn't try, that was you guys trying to do it. So there's clerics, Thasserians, stall owner. There is some goods over here. This is our chapel where we pray to the Emperor, the holder of the key to all destinies. The bell in the tower can ring so loud it makes your ears pop. The Chronicle of Fates by Gorgorius Fault, Chapter 2. It befits any servant of his to thank daily the Emperor, him that holdeth the key for the lot given them in life. As I have thanked him with my many writings for thousands of moon lives, so too do I thank him now with the fetters that are preparing my soul for its new destiny. The rules of this service are simple. Day after day I reverently carry with me the glass fetters, not daring to break them. Some believe that merely keeping them by one's bedside is enough to perform the sacrament. This is a lie, perpetuated by the slothful and the faint of heart. Slothful. Okay. So, slothful. What's over here, slothful?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Oh, so that's where we're going to go up. There's... What's this? Page 1, Chapter 1. Let these instructions enlighten all who walk in my footsteps. He that holdeth the key permits none but his most faithful to change their fates, and I, the eminent Gorgorius Fault, have no right to fail him. This is my present work, will describe how a soul becomes purified and the rituals required to prepare it for its momentous turn of fate. These being things that any servant of his who intends to break the shackles of their former life will have to undergo. So these people are hip to the idea that they can change their fate, and now Glato is barking, and this is one of these little things that annoys me about the game. Now, people don't know this about me, so I'm going to sit here and ramble a little bit. You're actually getting this in post-production because the real ramble was a little more ranty than I wanted it to be. People don't know this about me, but I really don't like dogs. I have cats. If you follow me on Twitter, you know how much I like my cats. I post pictures of them occasionally. And they're a lot of fun, and I grew up with cats, and I really like them. I don't like dogs for reasons, and I don't like announcing that because it tends to bring out the pitchforks from all the people who do like dogs.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
One of my big issues with dogs is the barking. And for instance, as a really good example, for the last couple of years we had neighbors renting a house across the street from us, and they had two very big dogs that barked all the time, and they would leave them outside unattended for hours on end, and they would bark at everything. They would bark at a fly buzzing by. Fortunately, a couple of months ago, those people finally moved, and it has been so much better for us living here since those dogs have gone.
I always have a
I'm just never going to be a fan of dogs barking. So Glato barking kind of bothers me a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. So these bros have something here. Gray-haired noblemen. As you approach, the nobles bow gracefully. Their sewn-on faces are wrapped tightly around their skulls, and their eyes gleam with earnest subservience. One dares to address you. "Oh, Celestial Lord, grace us with your regard. When my brother and I heard of your arrival, we immediately sought to surprise you with an exceptional gift. The ancient scrolls tell of a wonder, a mechanical sage by the name of Kajikor. It knows the answers to all questions, can make other machines do its bidding, and may even predict the future. My brother and I have borne many a hardship, but we managed to acquire this magic contraption for our much cherished guest." The box in front of you, presumably the Kajikor they speak of, exudes a strong odor of ritual oils. Made of thin planks, it is covered in so many purity seals that it seems to be held together by them alone. A stack of flimsy rough paper lies atop it, and there is a mica panel with a malachite buttons attached to the front. A thin slit is visible among the buttons. After a chrono turn of heavy silence, Pascal finally intones, "I am registering an act of imitation of sanctity. This cultural phenomena is typical of underdeveloped tribes. I also anticipate the discovery of cave pictograms dedicated to the divine arrival of the more advanced units." There is a barely audible breathing coming from the box. Whoever is inside very much not wants to not be noticed. Gleito stalks toward the box and bares his fangs while Solomorn frowns grimly at the device. "Really? Then again, what else could you expect from this ignorant world? Unseal the box and let this poor soul out at once." "Who? What poor soul? I do not..." The young nobleman addressing you withers under the scathing gaze of his partner. "As you command, my celestial lord. Forgive us. We wished only to delight you by reproducing an otherworldly miracle we had read about in an ancient chronicle. You are nothing but a pair of dim-witted lickspittles, but mere stupidity hardly warrants an execution. Get out of my sight." "We did not mean to offend. We only wish to please." "Begone,
Always
Egon."
keep your eye on the prize.
Alright, so there's knights, there's horses. Examine the horses. Lore Imperium. The horses glance at you with an odd curiosity. One of them pulls its muzzle closer and clacks its teeth, almost too greedily and hungrily for a harmless herbivore. Oh, really? That doesn't sound good. What do we have here? Plato? Pull it out, buddy. It's a cute little thing that they can do to make the dog seem more useful. Bloody Sacrament. A power hammer. Wow. Area attacks with a small create a smoke cloud. All creatures that enter the area must pass a toughness, strength, and willpower resistance test with a -60 penalty. On a failed test, they're blinded, strength slowed, etc., etc.
Let us not dawdle.
This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Ballistic skill.
What a shameful failure.
Small, dented cylinders are scattered in front of the blacksmith. The objects look familiar, but the poor craftsmanship makes it difficult to tell what they were intended to be. May your ear forever be merciful to our pleas. I love Alcat's games when they do this and give you the whole spectrum like that. They did that with Kingmaker too. It was really cool. In places. Goods. This is good that we get some extra goods here,
Keep your wits about
because when we're done with this place, we get to go back to Footfall, and we would like to have as many goods to trade as possible to the Kazbalikans. Oh, there's something way down there. Where is that at? It's way down there. Okay, who wants to go get that one? Me. His lordship is going to go get that one. Okay. Oh, Maeve is going to follow me. Pascal, what do you got here, bud? We have some stuff over here. Oh, look at this. Creatures. Lacerex. Ooh.
And done.
Salivating profusely, the Laceraxes watch the food disappear into people's throats. Judging by their protruding ribs, the beasts have not been properly fed in some time. Yeah, that won't be good. Captain, apparently you're the only one who can make an athletics check, so you need to get up here. Oh, and this is for Cyber Mastiff. Okay, we'll check that out in a minute.
I always get the job done.
We're going to pick up this. This is probably going to be The Chronicle of Fates by Gogore's Fault, Chapter 0406. Oh no, I am impure, and my body is impure. Vital fluids not my own are stirring within me, as though wood-boring beetles were digging their filthy tunnels through my frame. I must destroy this vice. I must squeeze it out. It is customary to replace an old vessel, and I have replaced my rotten cage with chambers of gold. Yet I still feel filthy, for if the contents are spoilt and not merely the shell, then what can be done to achieve redemption? My face is burning. A borrowed face. A weak face. I must take off the fetters of my skin and cleanse its inner side of vice. Take it away, O Emperor. Take it away and give me a new cage.
Just as I planned.
Okay. The Laceraxes. Glato, we picked up something for Glato. Let's see. We picked up Cyber Mastiff, my boy. So this is plus 15 weapon skill and strength and deals 150% more damage. Okay, and Mastiff attacks of opportunity against apprehended target always cancel the target's movement. Critical hit chance against apprehended is plus 9%. That's definitely better, so we'll use that. Then there's this one. Cyber Mastiff deals 150% more damage whenever its protected ally dodges or parries. He gets plus 10 temporary wounds and deals 12% more damage for one round. Does not stack. Protect can be used multiple times per turn, but each subsequent use increases it by 1 AP. That's his old weapon skill 1, and that's just the basic one. So we got what I'd like to have on him, I think.
Is there money to be made?
That's what we're hoping. We're here to collect the tithe from these punks. Look around. This is a little thing, but I consider it really cool. Being able to have spots like this where you can click it and then look it around and see the scope of this place. Of course, it's giving little Lord of the Rings vibes here, because this is built in the same way. Alright. Taversk the Sculptor. The sculptor's mechanical hands crawl over the rough stone, their many-jointed metal fingers remaining in constant motion. Even now, you recognize your own features in the unfinished piece. It seems someone commissioned a statue of you the moment you set foot on the planet. The old man turns his wrinkled face to you, and you see crystals where his eyes should be. Is my celestial lord here to gaze upon his destiny? Alas, my creation is not yet complete. Who are you? A humble creator? The governor's first sculptor, Taversk, who has the honor of shaping the destinies of others, but not his own. What can you tell me of the material you're working with? This is Thassera, a fascinating stone born from the bowels of this planet. Like any other kind, it bends and melts beneath the sculptor's tool, but for the sculpture to come to life in earnest, they must put their very soul into it. One of his hands emerges from behind the statue and gently touches his head, seemingly of its own volition. The soul, however, obtains calluses the more the sculptor works, and mine has long since become covered in scabs. The blue veins of the statue flare faintly under your gaze. The stone undoubtedly possesses psi-focused properties, allowing the old man to concentrate warp energies in it and amplify them. I see. Your hand augmetics are most impressive. Such implants are impossible to come by in a feudal world. Where are you from? Lord Rualdo had my limbs replaced before he took me from my home planet. It was so long ago. I have since forgotten what my land is like to touch. The sculptor's mechanical arms are pierced by sticky tubes, and the elbow joints have all but worn down. It must have been a decade since these implants were last serviced. Such neglect often poses a serious threat to the person's life, and yet the old man's skin looks relatively healthy in the spots where the flesh and metal meet. This man appears to belong to a rare variety of psychers, biomancers capable of recovering even from the otherwise deadly wounds and diseases. Did you capture the governor's destiny in sculpture too? His mouth stretches into a cryptic smile. I have made thousands of statues for Rualdo, but Thassera's stone flesh can never seem to sate his great ambitions. I see. So we will leave him for a minute. There are things to do here. Goods to gather. We can fix the lifter. Because we have a tech use person.
Grants me insight.
Because we have Pascal.
My success is an irrefutable
Armor of Iron Will. The character wearing this armor, let's see. Whenever the wearer blocks an attack, all adjacent creatures must pass a toughness resistance test or become perplexed. Base armor property plus 10% armor against ranged attacks. So that's not a bad pseudo armor for him. It's the same amount of dodge, though. The wearer's reactivate range is increased. I'd rather keep what he's got then. Let's keep what he's got. Add that to cargo. What he's got for this? He's got depth is our BT shield. This is reflective shield. It's 25%, 25%. The wielder gains +1 deflection. Shield allows the wearer to block. The first use of a shield attack turn costs -1 AP less. The first use of a shield attack in a turn. So it basically ends a free. This one, though, same thing. So that's better. And then, yeah, so 2 reflective shields there. He's got this sword, 14 to 17. He's got this shotgun, which is 24 to 36. I don't think there's anything better than that. This sword up here is what? 12 to 16, and which is, what's this? 14 to 17. Here, can you manage to show me the 2 comparisons? No, you can't. Elite chainsword, Amber chainsword. Okay, all right. We could give you this, the Bloody Sacrament. One-handed. Area attacks with this creative smoke. You know what? We'll do that. We'll give you that. Let you play with that, or this one. There's Power Maul. No, don't care about that. Let's let you play with that stuff. See what happens. Oh, and then we have this thing. Grants Lore Warp and Lore Xenos. What do you got here? Lore Xenos by 10. But this one increases all her skills by +10 instead. Which we kind of want. So the other one is grants +10 all skills. Okay, so this isn't necessary for her. Because we don't want to do this. She loses all her skills. That's what keeps her stacked. Okay. Well then, we're ready to rock and roll. I think. Oh, you probably need a few more grenades, don't you? Grab the big grenade there. Why don't you just have 2 of those? Unless I can give you this thing. Let's get you a slash effect. It might come in useful for you. There's a knight here. I'll be
Always
telling my
keep your eye on
grandchildren of this day. Will you now? Alright, what else do we got? I want to try to get anything else that we can get here. Oh, we're going to save and we're going to get this cutscene. That's what we saw earlier in the still image. Well, well, well. What do we have going on here? You see a man with a cruel grimace on his face and hands disfigured with burn marks. Behind him stands a ghastly-looking mechanism adorned with polished skull of gigantic proportions. The eye sockets, their edges melted, gaze darkly at the crowd with a promise of inevitable punishment. The man, clearly the executioner, bows his head. The very messengers of the sky have come to decide our fate. We are honored, your celestial highness. What is this structure? This instrument of punishment is a personification of the great Phesmorpheus, the martyred, who accomplished the legendary feat of slaying 300 heretics. As is glorious tradition, all mutants who affront the Emperor's gaze and stain the face of Thassera must enter the Saint's iron embrace. Whenever justice is served, hundreds flock to Phesmophorius, eager to witness the magnificent spectacle. You have just confessed that your semblance of justice serves not as a demonstration of lawful authority and deterrence to your subject, but as entertainment. Solemn order utters the last word with disgust, as if there could be no foul or profanity. Who's inside right now? Another heretic who violated the holy laws of Thassera, and since his body is already turning to ash, such will be the fate of his name as well. to be scattered to the winds, that it may never again defile the lips of any who live upon our sacred world. Never again defile the lips. Maeve looks ready to faint. She seems both terrified and nauseated by this sacred rite that has drawn so many onlookers. The law of the Imperium punishes those who deserve it. Was that the last of the accused for the day? That was but one of the first bodies to set to stoke the Phasmophorius. It is going to get a lot busier now. As if to confirm the man's words, the fire-breathing saint expels a puff of acrid smoke. While the guilty are being reduced to ashes, let us meet the next participants in our performance. Two people, or something resembling people, are pushed onto the stage. They are mutants, hideous parodies of humanity forever tainted by the imperfections of the flesh. One of them is dressed in stained yet expensive clothes. The other wears the tattered uniform of local guards. Your Celestial Highness, behold, two loathsome heretics who blemish the very face of Thassera with their existence. Tadua chuckles, but his sneer is completely devoid of mirth. The degree of their guilt may vary, but they both deserve to enter the blazing bowels of the Phasmophorius for the worst of their transgressions, distorting the sacred face of humanity. But since Face has graced us with such lofty visitors, I eagerly cede the right to punish these miscreants to you, your Celestial Highness. Contrary to his honeyed words, the executioner's voice betrays his poorly concealed displeasure. What exactly are these heretics guilty of? In the mere existence of this offal not enough? However, if your Celestial Highness wishes to explore the depths of their depravity, then may you become today's judge. The sentenced stand before you. Tell us when you are done with the questioning and are prepared to deliver the verdict. Bluff the Fool Court's voice pipes over the crowd. What an unexpected twist! Who better to judge the filth of Thassera than a stranger who just fell on our heads? What was the opulently dressed mutant's crime? Ah, a rotten stain upon the noble families. He was hiding in his manner to conceal his deformities, but had trouble keeping his mouth shut, proliferating filth in tracts that he later sent out with his servants. He declared the choice of one's own fate to be slavery, cast aspersions on the very traditions of the world, was insolent, swore profanely, condemned those who had chosen a new destiny. Luckily, he has no heirs, and today this cursed bloodline shall be put to rest once and for all. The richly garbed mutant moans something. You notice stitches on his disfigured face. The zealous servants were evidently in a hurry to silence the condemned man early and sewed his twisted mouth shut. What did the mutant in the guard uniform do? A thief, a brigand, and a murderer. There is no way to list all the crimes lying upon this freak's conscience. However, his willingness to change his destiny against all odds merits this mutant at least some honor. Despite his feeble-mindedness and simplicity, he had enough sense to obscure his countenance with hoods and helmets until he made his way from beggar to guard. It was not long before his excessive passion for fighting and stabbing gave him away. The mutant utters a foul curse under his breath and then immediately gives you a frightened look and falls silent. The mere sight of the Celestial Lord seems to instill a reverent awe in the common denizens of Thassera. You praise the low-born mutant despite the vicious acts he has committed. They are both mutants, and have thereby violated his law. Yet one finds a spark of nobility in an abject commoner. One cannot help but feel a grain of respect for them. This heretic may be of low birth, but he does not flout the values of Thassera the way the nobleman does, and thus honors our traditions and his will. Born into the rabble, he applied all his abilities and skills, defied the restraints placed upon him, and crushed those who stood in his path, all in order to forge a new destiny for himself. Freedom to change destiny? Solomon repeats slowly with an undertone of utter disbelief at what he's hearing. Even you, a degenerate, should know that everyone has their place in the God Emperor's plan from birth, and that any attempt to change that is a violation of his will. Even on a planet forgotten by all, Humanity continues to seek freedom and to honor the Emperor in their own way. Sighing, Jai turns to you. Humans need to believe in something in order to live, and a better destiny. Who among us has never dreamt of that? What do you say, Maeve? Which of these two deserves to die? Maeve's gaze darts fearfully around while visibly avoiding the doomed mutants on the platform. I am of too low a birth to take on the burden of being a judge, my celestial lord. I'm ready to announce my decision. The word of a distinguished guest is law. We are all trembling with anticipation. Maeve seems to have reined in the emotions that were overtaking her, and she casts a timid glance at you as she awaits the verdict. The mutant commoner must be sent to the furnace. The nobleman is to be set free. The furnace? The furnace! All those scandalous misdeeds in one heretic will make oh such lovely sparks. Behold the starfall. Tadua gives you a dark look, as if reluctantly, and through gritted teeth he forces out the words. His celestial highness has spoken. May the flames of Saint Phesmophorius purify you, heretic. Tadua glares at the surviving mutant with loathing. Get out, and praise his celestial highness for granting you a life you do not deserve. The crowd around you starts jeering, and the mutant scurries away in haste. And now, my favorite word. Next. Oh my. A pale, bony creature, barely able to move its legs, enters the stage. In place of a mask, it turns a horrific medley of features toward the world. This ugliness, however, is nothing like that of the previous convicts. The thin, squeamishly twisted mouth is fused to the cheekbones. Malicious eyes peer into the crowd from under hideous folds of skin. The face of this heretic appears to have melted and congealed. What happened to his face? Is he another mutant? Thasserian fever. You need not worry, Your Celestial Highness, it's not contagious. What is this heretic guilty of? The executioner does not answer right away, but makes you wait for a moment. His crime is more grievous than any of this scaffold has ever seen. He was granted a new destiny, but chose to defy it. He turned away the greatest gift that can be offered to the loyal sons and daughters of Thassera. The wretched man's gaze drifts over the crowd until his piercing eyes meet yours. His head twitches, his face contorted in a monstrous grimace. Shut up! Shut up before it gets in! He whispers in a sudden frenzy. Won't give up. I won't give up. I won't. Oh, no, no, no. We didn't come here for you to stay quiet. Squeal now, and squeal louder. The crowd takes up the fool's outburst and begins demanding more screams. Cabela whispers without taking her eyes off the condemned man. You are not the master of your own shadow. Shadows reign over you. You are alone, while they are many. But why? Where is that blasted court fool? You glance around the crowd and suddenly see the fool prancing and flitting among the gawkers, clearly trying not to be spotted by you. I have thought of a better entertainment. Forget the execution. Whoever brings me the fool will receive the honor of kissing the Celestial Lord's signet. A cheerful gloating rises above the crowd. Several pairs of hands grasp at the fool with the apparent intention of dragging him to the scaffold, but bluff proves to be too slippery. Having broken free of their grip, the fool rushes away with several onlookers in pursuit. Enough deaths. Let this heretic go. As Tadua opens his mouth to say something, the convict takes a step on his clumsy, spindly legs and then another one. The face. The face. Pretty, strong, shining. A gnarled claw points directly at you. Give it here. Give it to me now instead of the one I bear. Take mine. It's not mine. Take it. Take it. And he dies anyway. The madman raises his crooked fingers to his face and sinks his nails into his sagging flesh. Shrieking with what sounds like relief, he tears off a piece of his cheek, then another, and then one more. Falling to his knees, he frantically scratches his own eyes out, smearing blood and clear ichor across his face before collapsing dead on the platform. A sudden rumble draws your attention. Like a rock fall tumbling down a slope, the thudding of feet and mad screams overwhelm you. And after a moment, you see the source of the commotion. A throng of mutants is charging straight at you. Mutants.
Your arrogance will be
All right.
your downfall.
So we have these guys guarding. Who else do we have? Everybody else cleared out just like that. They were like, nope, we're gone. Okay. I can't really get you in. Well, I can't. I guess I can. How many are over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then over here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 on each side. Okay, I'm gonna put you here. I'm going to put me here as well. Solomon, you and the dog are here. Okay, apologies there. I had a phone buzzing that I had to deal with. Jai Hidari, you're gonna go right here. Cabela, you're gonna come over here. And then who do we have? Pascal. Yeah, we can put Pascal on this side. That'll work. He's gonna be between us there and Glado. Okay, start the battle. My friend Pegos, you are going to try your best. You're going to move right here, and then you're going to try to move everybody here. Yep, to like right there.
Descend upon the weak.
Touchy.
Oh, look at you guys. All right up in here. I can do all kinds of stuff here. Let's do that. So what did we get for free this time? Overwhelming stratagem. Chooses one combat tactics area. For 1 round, all attacks by allies in the area inflict the overwhelmed effect on anyone that fails a willpower resistance test for 1 round. Okay. They get minus ballistic, minus rate of fire, minus weapon skill, and additionally melee creatures have their MP reduced. Oh, that seems nice. Okay. Well, in order to make sure that as many of them get hit as possible, let's make their willpower weak before we hit them. Go for it, buddy. Like this. There we go.
Ruin back.
I slay them in my devotion.
I love it. It's wonderful. Okay. Hit me with
One
this.
step closer.
Jai Hidari, you can have a little defense back over here.
Me.
Pagos is done. Now we get knights. Shield up. Okay. These guys are going to do the same thing. They're just going to shield up, and then we're going to come out here and do some really fun stuff. Okay, let's do this.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
I don't need luck. I've got me.
On it.
Fire.
I'll see to it personally.
Don't stop
It's as
burning.
good as done.
Don't stop burning.
Who if not me?
Hold on to that feeling.
On it.
And a little weakness never hurt anybody.
I'll make it happen.
Fun times. Solomon. Okay, Solomon. Yeah, I'm not real familiar. Strategic adaptation. Okay. Let's see what we have over here. Advanced tracking. I gotta learn this character again. Reactivate. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. What do we have? Concentrated fire. Yeah, but that doesn't really matter for him because the next range area attack. I guess it does count for his shotgun, doesn't it? Apprehend. That's what we want. We want the dog to go apprehend people. And then what's this? Battle mode standby. Nope. Run. Inflicts 8 levels of bleeding on all adjacent enemies it passes. Okay, that cost is 0.
One of us would be enough.
So Solomon can do that. I don't want Solomon to move though. Allows the Cyber Mastiff to move. I don't want, yeah. Each cell traversed by the Cyber Mastiff increases the damage dealt by +4. Stacks and lasts until the Overseer's next turn. Take that. Depending on their familiar's number of wounds, the Overseer or the familiar gain a special benefit for 1 round. 50% wounds or more, the Overseer deals 8% more damage on their next attack.
Let's test our skills, Glato.
Glato. Apprehend this guy right here. Dog Barky. Oh my. Okay. I got you. Those things are blowing up. Why are they blowing up? What are they doing? Thasserian fever. Oh, jeez. Okay. Thasserian fever. I got you. Oh, that's not something we want to have happen, is it? Who's this guy? Feeble mutant way up there. And I got shield bash because it's free. I don't know. I don't know if I want to use that. Okay, I'm going to go here.
Mark the target.
I'm going to try to shield bash this guy. Trembling mutant. Oh.
I'll take it as a priority.
And I didn't make it, so that doesn't matter. He's going to come over here and go after the dog. Nope, he's just going to go right there. Okay. Okay. Sullen mutant. These guys are feeble, but they've got problems. Okay, we're going to go right here.
I am your blade and shield. As
Doink.
the tenants demand.
This.
Trust me.
Yeah, we like that. I only get one of these, so better make it count.
The other side awaits.
Like that. That made it count. Okay, what do we got? That. And I only really can go one more time, so.
I
Create
shall
some
not
blood,
fail.
like that. That's nice. Give yourself a
As
little
honor
bit of
ordained.
defense. You're good. Now, Jai Hedari. Who's going to get to go next? I've gone. So Pascal is going to mow some people down. Get over here. This stacks, so give Pascal a bunch of damage.
Tell me, and it is done.
Give him some resolve.
Don't get too cocky.
Do this
How
with
about
him.
no? I can do that with the right incentive.
Now let him do some stuff.
Don't get too cocky.
Pascal, my friend, you're going to get a shot here. So let's do hunt down the prey on this loser.
Binary override.
And hunt down the prey on this loser.
Spectral prognosis is
And now shoot. No, poor Glato. Glato the dog took a dirt nap.
request approved.
Okay, who else do we want to hit here? Let's add this. And let's shoot this guy.
The undesired no vulnerability analysis successful.
Okay, I like this. This works.
Vow is to serve.
Jai Hedai, you can give someone a full turn. They can make as many attacks as they want.
I hold all the cards.
Yes, you do. Yep, go ahead and attack that one. Oh, that was lovely.
As honor,
Okay, jump over here.
the shadows will.
That's what we like to see. Now you can move all the way over here. And just stay right there unless what? Movement and slash
As
ability?
honor ordained.
Take that.
Death comes in silence. Trust me.
Oh yeah, baby. Make him bleed. Nice. He's not getting away from there. You get a half a turn with one shot here. Let's see, we don't want to shoot at him, so rotten mutant up here.
Request approved.
Let's shoot. Good shot. If anybody kills this guy. Jai Hadari. You can still shoot somebody. Can you get that person way down there? Way down there, 29%.
You
Go
got
for
a
it.
problem? Whoa! I want a medal for that one.
You kind of deserve one. Okay, and now Pascal can go again. And there's a bunch of people over there, so we're going to do this.
Explorers know one route. Forward.
Explorers know how to do one thing. Kick ass.
Desire condemns you.
He's just a menace. Okay, what we want to do is give him a perfect spot.
Knows all, comprehends all.
Let him blow up some people. Like this.
Request approved. This is not a plan, but an execution.
Yes, it is, my friend. You're doing very good. Desperate mutant. Okay. That one got hit. You're gonna go after Pagos? You're gonna pay for that. Well, this guy tried to move. Pagos is like, well, what do I want to do? I don't want to kill him. He's way over on the other side, so I won't be killing him. Let's do this. Let's move everybody.
I need no guidance.
That's nice. Okay. Let's get you right here.
Sow the seeds of discord.
Sowing the seeds of love. Seeds of love. Oh, that'll get Pascal. I don't want to get Pascal. I just want to get these losers. Can I move then a little bit?
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose.
Is there a way to not get me in this thing? There's not. I'm gonna have to move back here. Okay. Like that.
I will. Death shall reign.
Oh, it's nice. Here, you can have a half turn.
Step closer.
It's as good as done.
Oh yeah. Okay, take your full
Here's my
turn.
perfect moment.
Start killing
Who, if
dudes.
not me? Your end was inevitable.
Switch weapons here. Hit him again. Actually, yeah, hit him again. Do we have the right weapon? Oh no, we have the wrong one. We need this one. Veil degradation is reduced. There we go.
Don't let your guard down. I'll
I
see
just
to it.
I just like to do it because it's a neat mechanic, that's all. Not because we need to reduce veil degradation, because we don't. It's just fun.
I'll make it happen.
It's a blessing.
Okay. Well, that was entertaining. Your Celestial Highness, apologies for my late arrival. I wasted a great deal of time in idle squabbles with that oaf of a treasurer as he was looking for the shipment chronicle. I only heard about the attack after it had already begun. Phone's going off with an alarm reminding me that I have things to do. I only heard about the attack after it had already begun, and the elevator might as well have not been moving at all. It was so slow. The treasurer, the elevator. Who are you going to blame next, Governor? Are you the ruler of this world or a casual onlooker? You will take measures immediately and restore order. I will conclude that you are sabotaging the rogue trader's visit, either by intent or simply due to your own ineptness. The governor babbles in fear. I never thought. He takes a deep breath. The culprits, of course. The culprits will face execution post-haste, my celestial lord. An oppressive silence hangs over the previously bustling plaza. The people are taking in the carnage, clearly avoiding looking at you but still catching your every word. You notice Maeve standing nearby, gazing around her with horror in her eyes. Find those responsible and bring them to me. The condemned mutants broke loose and attacked the townsfolk. It has been a long, long time since anything like that happened, Your Celestial Highness. They must have sniffed out that today is a special day. The executioner's lip curls split by a blow during the fight. The commander was responsible for guarding them. He got careless. Commander Lucra, his armor rattling, one of the knights steps forward. I am Lucra, commander of the fortress. I can attest that the ungodly mutants were restrained properly. It's the Phasmophorius. The smoke whipped the brutes into a frenzy. Strike the governor. If it were not for the tithe, you would be the one facing execution. Oh! The governor staggers back from the blow, barely managing to stay on his feet. A trickle of blood runs down his lip and he spits out a few rotten teeth onto the stones. Thank you, Your Celestial Highness. I will never forget the lesson taught to me by the Emperor's own anointed. So, it is either the commander or the executioner, is it? Then I shall now make my decision. My Celestial Lord, I swear on my life that my knights and I did everything we could to keep you safe. Who could have foreseen that the Phasmophorius, after gorging itself on miscreants, would start driving the mutants mad with its smoke? Lies, Tadua says. The Phasmophorius does not taunt heretics. It fills them with terror. To shift the blame for your own failure onto a sacred weapon of justice is a heinous crime in and of itself. I see. Perhaps your celestial lord would be willing to show mercy if the guilty worms begged for it at his feet. Tadua looks at the commander grimly and falls to his knees. I swear on everything that is holy, on the blood of martyrs and his name. It was never in my thoughts to cause you grief, Your Celestial Highness. Have mercy. The commander, Lucra, quickly kneels in turn. Truly, our shame will not be washed away until the end of time. We beg for our Celestial Lord's forgiveness so that we might serve our lifelong righteous penance. You are our savior today, Your Celestial Highness, and in gratitude please accept this personalized sword from my treasury. Fatebringer once decided the outcome of one of our feuds. It killed a rebel leader, and peace has reigned on the planet ever since. It is a sword that is two-handed, does only 15 to 17 damage. The wielder's attacks with the sword ignore the target's armor, though. Okay, that's nice. Well, make note of this attempted bribery. Accept the grift. Thank you, Roldo. The governor bows at your feet. After putting herself in order, Maeve catches your eye and looks away shyly. Her lips bear a poorly concealed smile of relief. It appears your celebration is over, Governor. Not in the least. I will not let some beast ruin everything we have worked so hard to prepare. I suggest we distance ourselves from this place and return to our corner of revelry and peace. By your leave, I will be waiting for you at the head table. Oh, God, Emperor, give me strength. Swallowing noisily, the governor hurriedly departs the scene of slaughter. It amazes me that that idiot just underpaid the tithe and did not somehow lose the whole planet as well. Solomorn pauses, pensively watching the governor leave. Fine, a feast it is. I am sick of the stench of burnt meat. Let's try a change of scenery. Her face pale, Maeve raises a hand. My celestial lord is only a few steps away. The noble lords are already lifting their glasses in their savior's honor, awaiting your arrival. Shall we proceed? We shall, and we shall level up. So we'll do that at the start of next episode. In fact, before then, though, we're going to have Glato grab this box, because he can do that. Must make the doggy useful. And it is a shield, a radiant shield. Whenever the wielder blocks an attack, the attacker must pass an agility test or become blinded for 1 round. Okay. We're going to grab all this stuff here. Oh. Bunch of shields.
Let us not dawdle.
Bunch of people over here. Okay. So at the start of next episode, we will level these folks up, and then we'll go take part in this party over here. What an episode! What a game! The DLC quests and quest areas are just designed so well, and they're so much fun. I love it. I'll see you all next time. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and until then, happy gaming, everyone.